go below.
There's a couple of options in terms of recreation areas here at Mt Coot-tha. First of all, you've got the Sir Samuel Griffith Drive entry, which is where you'll go past the planetarium and up towards JC Slaughter Falls. Slaughter Falls is probably the most popular of the areas, as it's 10 to 12 minutes I think out of town, not that far out of the city. And as such, you'll see here the car park is always jam-packed. There are a lot of walkers and a lot of runners that actually come through in the morning. It was 7 o'clock when we were here this morning and the car park was chockers. So probably not your best option in terms of finding a car park and in terms of how busy it is, but in terms of how well appointed the area is, it is by far and away the best choice of any of the options that are available here at Coot-tha. You'll see here tons of barbecues, tons of mown grass areas, and there are really great walking tracks that are available that start at JC Slaughter Falls and go up towards the summit of Mt Coot-tha itself. You'll also see here that there's toilets that are available on site. Bicycle paths are also available here, so you can ride here from the city and ride through a little bit of the bush on the bike paths. There are other parks very close to JC Slaughter Falls. There is another park that's about 200 metres down the road. It has access to the concrete riding trails and also to the walking trails that lead up to the summit of Mt Coot-tha. If you can't find a park at JC Slaughter Falls, usually this is the next best option to try and find a car park. The second area that we're going to focus on in terms of recreation here is the Gap Creek Reserve Road. There is access to the mountain bike trails on Sir Samuel Griffith Drive, which goes up the mountain, but we're going to focus starting from the bottom going upwards. If you're looking for some access to the area that is a little less packed, you can head over to the other side of Mt Coot-tha on the Gap Creek Reserve side. You've got a couple of options that are there. First of all, you have the Bielby Road side at Chapel Hill, and also you have access on the other side of Gap Creek Road from here to walking trails that go up and around to Mount Glorious, to that sort of area. So there's kilometres and kilometres of walking trails there, which is amazing. So you've got really great access there, but also you have access to the trails that go up to the top of Coot-tha also. But there's plenty more walking trails that are available both from the Bielby Road side and from the Gap Creek Reserve side that just go through the forest there in general. You'll see here it's a little bit further from the city. So as such, it's probably the least used of the two main options for getting to Mt Coot-tha. This side's mainly used by mountain bikers and more serious hikers and runners. You can basically ride from here all the way to Kilcoy if you really wanted to. As you'll see on your map here, you can get up to Inaugural Reservoir immediately from here. It's not too far away actually, it's only a few k's. I've ridden it a few times. And there's plenty of signage and plenty of available information for you along the way as well, so you don't get lost. But it's a really cool area here. There's so much you can access from here. And as you'll see here, there's a track map which lets you know about all the tracks that you can take. That's just at the entry here as well. So you've got plenty of information if you're not familiar with all the tracks here, because it can be a little bit overwhelming if you haven't been here before, because there are loads and loads of different tracks here. But as you would have seen from the maps as well, there's tons and tons of different trails you can take through here. I've spent all day riding through here and done, 60 to 80 k's and not even ridden every trail. As you'll see from the map, there's heaps and heaps of different options for the trails that you can take through here. and you'll never get bored here. You'll come here half a dozen times and you wouldn't have checked out every trail, which is really cool. Also on the other side of Gap Creek Road you have access to the more difficult trails. You'll see here we've got Pipeline Trail and associated trails around this area. This is where the very serious mountain bikers go. There's access to hundreds of kilometres of trails on this side. You can walk, hike, cross-country mountain bike all the way out to Gold Creek. You can go all the way out to Mount Glorious and Mount Nebo even. I haven't taken the cross-country trail out there as such. I've gone to Gold Creek a few times, but the trail is available and you can use it. It's a long ride, or it's a long walk, or a long run, but it's there. So you've got tons and tons of options. Just as you enter the park here and kind of turn right, this is where the bathroom blocks are, and there's also a tap that's here as well. And there's not a huge amount by way of covered areas or anything here, but there's at least some facilities here. It's not really set up to be park or a day use area as such, but it's just mainly set up for access to the trails and to Mt Coot-tha itself here. So by the looks of this construction site here, I think what they're doing is putting in, because there's pipes, so they must be doing a larger bathroom block, which is pretty cool. And the signs say improvement works, which is pretty cool. So there must be a whole lot that's going to be changed here and improved upon, which is excellent. As you head into the left here, when you enter the park itself, you've got a really large open area in front of you, which you'll see in your pictures right now. But there's also a couple of covered areas here and also a couple of barbecues as well. So, I mean, there are facilities here. There's barbecues, bins, water, taps, whatnot, and covered areas and tables, which is good, but it's just not massively set out as a day use area. So as you can see here, there's a couple of barbecues which adjoin the covered day use area, and there's a little bit of a food preparation table just here as well. And right behind the day use area here, you've got bins and also taps as well. So the day use area, while it's not set out magnificently, it does have everything that you'll need. So you can see at the end they've added in another day use area already, which they've just laid the concrete foundation for, which is cool. And if you've got kids with you as well, in this large central area, as you would have seen, there's a little bit of a kids trail here for skills, for riding bikes around as well. And there are some very short tracks which are close by, which go sort of around just here in the immediate area of the site itself. All right, well, that's going to wrap things up for us here at Mt Coot-tha. Let me know what you think of the place in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share the channel. I really do appreciate that. We'll see you next time we get 4 wheels on the road.